gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. This bout is sanctioned by the Irish Mixed Martial Arts Association and sponsored by David Murray Electrical Services. Taking place over 3 rounds for the Cage Legacy Professional Strawweight Championship. Your ringside judges are Mr. David Callahan, Mr. Darren Grove, and Mr. Adrian Albert, and your referee is Mr. David Hickey. One more time this evening, Dublin, are you ready? Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Phoenix, UK, and bringing into the cage a professional record of 1 win and 2 defeats, the challenger, Kerry Isom! And standing across the cage in the red corner, representing Holohan martial arts, and bringing into the cage a perfect professional record of 3 wins and no defeats. The reigning, defending, Cage Legacy, Flyweight and Strawweight Professional Champion, Shauna Bannon!
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the main event of Cage Legacy 18, a rematch. Shauna Mama B. Bannon taking on Kerry Isom. Be interesting to see what adjustments both fighters have made, what developments both fighters have made, but right now it's Shauna with the double underhooks.
Yeah, Shauna dominated the grappling exchanges. Kerry Isom probably came into that first bout thinking she was coming in against the pure striker.
Yep.
And found herself absolutely manhandled by Shauna Bannon, the decorated kickboxer.
I believe
I
the
wonder is she
appropriate
more
term.
going to be, the appropriate term is?
Woman handled.
Woman handled. But look at Shauna straight in on this body lock and smashes Kerry Isom to the floor.
Kerry has a purple belt in her own right, but what can she offer? Shauna, who transitions seamlessly into the mounted position.
She needs to let go of that guillotine attempt now that her guard has been passed, or the Von Flew choke will be a viable option. Shauna raining down bombs, a very aggressive fighter is Shauna, having trained with her quite a lot. The big thing that Shauna possesses is just a killer instinct. She wants to hurt you, she wants to cause damage, she wants to finish you.
And what Kerry really needs to do is not just take the sting out of Shauna Bannon, but take the sting out of this crowd. Bring everything right down to her pace.
Yeah, the atmosphere has been mental all night in here, but it ratcheted up tenfold when Shauna Bannon walked into this room. Look at that, straight back in after that little breakaway. Kerry Isom, though, has swum in underneath and started attacking the leg of Shauna Bannon, but Shauna doing well to keep weight on that leg.
Needs to be careful of giving up her back here. Oh, she does so.
Straight to the back, Shauna Bannon. This rear naked choke finish could be on the way. Kerry Isom having to defend for everything.
She's doing the right thing, though. She's tripoded up, fighting the choke in hand.
Very composed work from Kerry Isom.
Just needs to try and shrug Shauna off now. Needs to get back up and tripod again.
The wrist control from Shauna Bannon with that left side is what's keeping her in that controlling position, and she's able to just cinch up that body triangle. She's kind of sliding off to one side, but not fully, and she just locks that up a little tighter, which is allowing her now to drag Kerry back down to the mat.
Maybe within the best interest of Kerry to try and grip the back of the neck of Shauna right now and transition it and get herself inside the guard if she can, turn in towards Shauna.
Yeah, she managed to stay on her knees well, but Shauna now sinks those 2 hooks in. Is she going to flatten her out? This is a really strong position. But that arm, that right arm of Shauna now is trapped over the shoulder of Kerry. She needs to get that free to bring it around the other side for the rear naked choke. But driving the hips in and dropping bombs now is Shauna Bannon.
That's that killer instinct you were talking about, Paul.
She doesn't wait. She spots an opportunity and goes straight away.
Has her flattened out.
The arm is trapped. Is Kerry Isom holding a glove? The referee was having a word. Hammer fists from both sides by Shauna Bannon.
Kerry's still alive here.
And in a repeat of the first bout, which was Shauna's professional debut earlier this year, she is absolutely dominant in the grappling exchanges.
Kerry takes a big, deep breath. Finds herself mounted right now. It's pick your poison. It's be mounted or have your back taken.
Yeah. Kerry has walked straight into a burning fire here, and it's getting warm. Bannon looking composed, waiting for that opportunity to free those hands and start raining down more bombs. There they go.
Big shots coming in underneath the armpit. These are huge. Kerry needs to mount some sort of offense.
Lovely right hand from Kerry on the break. Throws that leg kick, but in these striking exchanges, you'd imagine Shauna's going to feel that bit more confident.
Spinning back fist attempt from Kerry. She's throwing the kitchen sink.
Yeah, there's a little bit of desperation in some of these shots. It's still the first round. I don't think she needs to get too carried away and overcommit.
Oh, big shot again. A big right hand from Shauna Bannon.
Shauna just disengages, does the right thing, create a little bit of distance.
Now for the trip takedown.
Yeah. She's very good with the type of judo takedowns, the trips, uchimaras, which we saw in the first bout. She likes to get those body locks and now step over and use the legs to trip her opponent to the ground. We could see a nice uchimara attempt being set up here. I like this handcuff position she has where the right arm comes around the back and was controlling the wrist.
Kerry's trying to take a leg here, but in doing so, she's committed an arm and she's eating big. Are they downward elbows, Paul?
No, they're coming in at the side of the ear. She's doing well, and the referee's just warning her to pick her targets, but she was doing the right thing, sneaking it in. The back of the ear and the side of the ear are fair game. See there? It's not down the center of the spine line. That little bit off center, even behind the ear, is fair game. If you think about it, when you're hitting your target, if you're touching a little bit of ear, you're fine. Massive test. That girl was a really tough, I think also an unbeaten fighter, if my memory serves correctly.
3-0 going into it was Nadia Vera.
Yeah. Kerry Isom took this fight a few weeks ago after Shauna Bannon had quite a difficult time getting matched. Shauna has spoken to me before about this. She always wants to fight people with positive records, so she's not overly interested in people with losing records. They took Kerry because they had already announced she was going to fight on this show, but then the initial choices of opponents fell through. And fair play to Kerry Isom walking into this hot fire.
Nice low kick from Kerry there. Needs to keep those hands up and the chin down. Fundamentals.
Yeah.
That may sound like a very simplistic thing for me to say, but in the heat of battle, some fighters do forget their fundamentals.
Yeah, you can fall into just bad habits and you can pay the price against someone of Shauna Bannon's caliber.
Shauna does such a good job of switching stances, drawing the... She's as dangerous and orthodox as she is southpaw.
Yeah, plenty of work with Collie Mahan, who we talked about in the last bout. Collie Mahan works with her week after week after week, adapting her kickboxing style for mixed martial arts. And he told me that she possesses unbelievable power. She hits like a bloke who's bigger than her.
We've seen that with
his words, but
seen that with some of the kicks she's been able to throw. Fight-ending kicks. Has the ability to turn people's lights out with that beautiful lead leg high kick with no tell on it whatsoever.
Yeah, she throws everything to hurt her opponent, not to pepper her opponent, but to cause damage, which is what you want to do in mixed martial arts, because that's what scores: impact and damage and effective striking.
Yeah, it was trying to get closer with that lead leg high kick. Kerry doing a better job now.
Yeah, it's been a nice back and forth in the stand-up exchanges, but Shauna in on that single leg now.
Good job from Kerry to maintain her balance. Has the tie clench. Some big knees up the pipe would be fortuitous for her.
But Bannon's a very, very highly conditioned athlete. Good fight IQ, disengages, felt one or two knees up the middle and found herself a little bit of space.
Nice.
Gets that body lock now. Watch that trip.
There
Boom.
it is.
Shauna Bannon 101. Drew her opponent into a striking exchange and linked up and didn't stand on ceremony, just put Kerry Isom on her back.
Maybe trying to work the head arm here.
Yeah, as you can see, she snuck the head in behind the tricep and Kerry shuts that door very well.
Trying to free him off here. But once it hits the mat, it is all Shauna Bannon. Trying to transition into the mount position, trying to sneak that knee through.
I roll with Shauna every once in a while, and because those sessions are quite spaced out, I always get to see how well she develops. And you can see the improvement. She is always on the mat in Holohan's mixed martial arts. Seasoned, decorated grapplers throughout that gym, but some really, really dangerous, competitive grapplers on those mats. And of course, a UFC legend in her corner.
And she's just able to control where the fight takes place. That's what's so impressive about the performance.
Look at that switch, that beautiful pressure from her hips. Just smash through the guard and drop down into that almost mount-like position. And she has a nice grip on that left arm of Isom, which is not allowing her to get it back in play for defense. And she's landing on that open target with some hammer fists.
I'd like to see her try and crash a few elbows down in this position.
Yeah, post elbows would be the right weapon, but Isom just not doing anything to get out of there.
The arm's there to be taken too.
Bannon relentless with this ground and pound. Isom needs to get out of here, needs to offer a little something. Referee Derek Hickey urges her for a second time to improve her position. She's still eating shots.
As this is a pro fight, she'll be given a little bit more leniency.
Yeah, and she's done well to get back to her feet because there was a serious volume of strikes landed in that position.
Now Kerry Isom finds herself on top.
45 seconds to go in round number 2.
Landed a few nice elbows there.
Yeah, if she could drop one or two with serious power here, she could turn the fight on its head. Shauna's toes trapped in the cage, and she's trying to climb up and attack this right arm of Kerry. She's getting that elbow across the midline. If she can get her right leg across Kerry's face, this could be all over. She needs a little bit of wiggle room. She's trying to use the cage to create the angle. She now has it.
Kerry needs to square off those hips.
Kerry's right elbow's in a dangerous spot, the way she has it right across here. One adjustment now from Shauna, and this arm lock finish could be there for the taking. 10 seconds to go. Will she go for it?
Kerry has scope here to throw some nice elbows.
Shauna elects to just pepper Isom with shots in that position. What a round.
A much better round for Kerry, but not a round that she could have conceivably won.
Yeah, she was much more back and forth in that round, much more in the mix, but the quality of Shauna is what the fight is. It's full of aggression, full of force, full of power, and this whole arena are on their feet. The vast majority of them here to see Mama B in action. Very possibly for one final time in this Cage Legacy cage.
Oh, she got wobbled a little bit there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, another big shot from Kerry Isom.
Some shots like this can turn this fight on its head in an instant.
Doing exactly what we said in between rounds there, taking the fight to Shauna Bannon. If you're Kerry Isom, you want to disengage and get back to throwing big shots.
Yeah, Shauna taking a moment to just recover her senses here. This proven to be a much tougher fight.
Yeah, great point, Paul.
Than the first time. She was home and hosed in two rounds on her professional debut against Kerry Isom in the Cage Legacy cage, but Kerry Isom giving a much more accurate display of her powers and her capabilities this evening.
Well, that's to the naysayers that say, why was this fight happening? We can say to them, look at the improvements that Kerry's made. She's a completely different fighter from when they first fought.
Well, Kerry's record, her professional record, is 1-2, but her 2 defeats have come to Dakota Tacheva, who is achieving magnificent things over at the Professional Fighters League, and Shauna Bannon, who has also gone on to bigger and better things in Invicta. She's back here, of course, temporarily with us this evening. And Kerry, there's no shame in losing fights to those fighters of those caliber.
And it speaks to her mentality as a fighter that she's taking those types of fights.
Yeah, and she's taking it for a second time to try and get this one back. And she's had her moments.
Again, looking for the trip takedown of Shauna Bannon.
This is what Shauna wanted. Get the hands connected, get tight on Kerry, give herself a moment to recover. I feel like she has definitely, just judging by her facial expression, she has recovered a little bit.
Kerry trying to bring that level right down.
Yeah, breaking down the posture of Bannon. Bannon frees the head and puts it back under the jaw of Isom. Almost works her way to the back. Isom's got that schoolyard headlock, but
If I'm in the corner of Isom, I'm telling her to abandon this kind of draining grappling exchange. Turn it into a dogfight on the feet.
Yeah.
Wing those looping punches. Try and catch Bannon coming in.
Break free and go for broke.
That's it. She keeps trying to attempt this judo through, and it's not happening for her.
Yeah, she had some success in that first round, but having said that, breaking this body lock of Bannon might be easier said than done. Bannon throwing some nice knees up now. She looks to have recovered now. She's getting a little bit more active in this position. Swims the head underneath, has the option of going to the back. She's got her chest glued to the shoulder. Referee Derek Higgy urges them to have a little bit more action. Bannon now landing strikes.
Oh, another big shot from Kerry. She's dangerous on the feet here.
She seems to have a bit of pop in those shots, a bit of power. Landed the right hand. Bannon fires back.
Big takedown. Did exactly what she needed to do, Paul.
Yeah, timed it beautifully. Caught the kick and bull rush her opponent to the floor.
What does Kerry have left from bottom?
She has 90 seconds left to pull a miracle out of the bag.
Looks like she's trying to work for a high arm bar.
Yeah. That double arm bar is a rarely seen submission in mixed martial arts. The dead orchard, but she seems to be climbing into a very high guard, and Bannon frees herself. Neil Seary-esque boots to the legs of Kerry Isom. Thought about an axe kick there, did Bannon, to the chest, but didn't find a home for it. Tries to scramble now to that top position again. Isom up to her feet beautifully.
And again, with the time that you have left in the round, be incumbent upon Kerry to break off and try and throw shots. But right now, she finds herself reversed against the cage.
It's been a grueling pace, hasn't it?
Absolutely grinding.
Just the 30 seconds left with which to work. These 3 rounds will prove invaluable to Shauna Bannon going forward.
Without a shadow of a doubt. And as you can see, Kerry Isom, a vastly different fighter to the first time these two competitors met.
Yeah. Huge deep breaths from both sides here. It's been an exhausting battle over 3 rounds. Ooh, big back fist by Bannon, misses narrowly.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We go to the judges' scorecards after an incredible 3 rounds.
Cage Legacy fans, one more time this evening, get on your feet, raise a glass, give a warm round of applause for these 2 fighters. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision.